Dear friends, let us continue from the previous program. Yesterday we were discussing. We do watch beautiful programs in that, in our local Mandalic language, they say discussion or something else. It's just discussion. And in this argument, we just want to repeat once again the last sentence in which we departed. Actually, generally the so-called scholars, politicians, philosophers and swamis without perfect knowledge of Krishna try to banish or kill Krishna when writing commentary on Bhagavad Gita. Such unauthorized commentary upon Bhagavad Gita is known as Mayavadi Bhashya. And Lord Chaitanya has warned us about these unauthorized men. Lord Chaitanya clearly says that anyone who tries to understand Bhagavad Gita from the Mayavadi or anything like that, Mayavadi point of view, will commit a great blunder. The result of such a blunder will be that the misguided student of Bhagavad Gita will certainly be bewildered on the path of spiritual guidance and will not be able to go back home or back to Godhead. Our only purpose is to present this Bhagavad Gita as it is in order to guide the conditioned student to the same purpose for which Krishna descends to this planet Earth, once in a day of Brahma. That means Brahma Muhurtamlo Krishnudu Earth painaki vastadu. Or every 8,600,000 years or 8 crores 600 lakhs 1,000 years. This purpose is stated in Bhagavad Gita. That means, see, every day in Brahma Muhurta he comes. Please be practical. Krishna descends to this planet once in a day of Brahma, or every 8 crores 600 lakhs whatever it is. They wrote something like this, a calculation. Practically speaking, he comes on earth. Krishna dharti pe aa jatu, Krishna प्यार सिखा जा तू, जिंदगी एक नशा है. लेकिन कृष्णा come on this earth once in a day of Brahma, or every 8 crores 6 lakhs years or 600 lakhs years. This purpose is stated in Bhagavad Gita and we have to accept it as it is. Otherwise there is no point in trying to understand the Bhagavad Gita and its speaker Lord Krishna himself. Lord Krishna first spoke Bhagavad Gita to the sun god some hundreds of millions of years ago. We have to accept this fact and thus understand the historical significance of Bhagavad Gita without interpretation or misinterpretation on the authority of Krishna. To interpret Bhagavad Gita without any reference to the will of Krishna is the greatest offense. In order to save oneself from this offense, one has to understand the Lord as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he was directly understood by Arjuna, Lord Krishna's first disciple. Such understanding of Bhagavad Gita is really profitable and authorized for the welfare of human society in fulfilling the mission of life. I think now we understood some hundreds of millions of years ago, Lord Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita to the sun god. So, in this mission of life, for the welfare of human society, in fulfilling our ambitions and aims, all these things were discussed. He was directly understood by Arjuna, Lord Krishna's first disciple. And we are, I don't know what is our roll number. अपना रोल नंबर मालूम नहीं है. अर्जुना तो रोल नंबर 1. Yes, the Krishna consciousness movement is essential in human society, for it offers the highest perfection of life. How this is so is explained fully in the Bhagavad Gita. Unfortunately, mundane wranglers have taken advantage of Bhagavad Gita to push forward their demonic propensities and misled people regarding right understanding of the simple principles of life. Everyone should know how God or Krishna is great, and everyone should know the factual position of the living entities. Everyone should know that a living entity is eternally a servant, and that unless one serves Krishna, one has to serve illusion in different varieties of the three modes of material nature. And thus perpetually one has to wander within the circle of birth and death. Even the so-called liberated Mayavadi speculator has to undergo this process. Janana Marana cycle. This knowledge constitutes a great science, and each and every living being has to hear it for his own interest. Everybody has to listen to this. So, अपने बेनिफिट के लिए ही भगवद गीता सुनना चाहिए. और people in general, especially in this age of Kali తన ప్రభావం చూపిస్తోంది, కలియుగం. Yes. And in this age of Kali, people in general, especially in this Kali Yuga, are enamored by the external energy of Krishna. And they wrongly think that by advancement of material comforts, every man will be happy. पैसों से आदमी खुश रहते हैं, ऐसा समझते हैं. धनमूलम इदम जगत. They have no knowledge that the material or external nature is very strong, for everyone is strongly bound by the stringent laws of material nature. A living entity is happily the part and parcel of Lord Krishna, and thus his natural function is to render immediate service to the Lord. By the spell of illusion, one tries to be happy by serving his personal sense gratification in different forms, which will never make him happy. Instead of satisfying his own personal material senses, he has to satisfy the senses of the Lord. This is the highest perfection of life. The Lord wants this, and he demands it. One has to understand the central point of Bhagavad Gita. Our Krishna consciousness movement is teaching us, the whole world also, this central point. And because we are not polluting the theme of Bhagavad Gita as it is, one has to understand it. Anyone seriously interested in deriving benefit by studying the Bhagavad Gita must take help from the Krishna consciousness movement for practical understanding of Bhagavad Gita under the direct guidance of the Lord. We hope, therefore, the people will derive the greatest benefit by studying Bhagavad Gita as it is, as we have presented it here. And if even one man becomes a pure devotee of the Lord, we shall consider our attempt a success. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It is written by Bhakta Prabhupada Swami, and he signed it. You can see his signature. Saw his signature. Somebody who is a signature of fashion, who is a style signature, who is a fashion signature, और स्टाइल संतकम. हमको देखकर सब लोग, हमारे रिलेटिव्स, फ्रेंड्स, क्लासमेट्स, बचपन के दोस्त, चाइल्डहुड फ्रेंड्स बोलते हैं, मित्र बृंदम, सोशल सर्किल, फ्रेंड्स सर्किल, यू आर ए ఫ్యాషన్ సిగ్నేచర్, స్టైల్ సిగ్నేచర్. నువ్వు స్టైల్కి ఒక సంతకం, ఫ్యాషన్కి ఒక సంతకం. టుడే వి సా ద సిగ్నేచర్ ఆఫ్ భక్త వేదాంత శ్రీ ప్రభుపాదుల స్వామి, who said and proved that Allah and Yehovah and Sri Krishna are same. And he has given us the introduction also. You can see the photograph of Arjuna and Lord Krishna. And tomorrow we will be discussing about the introduction written by Bhakta Vedanta Sri Prabhupadula Swami. He himself wrote this. So I'm not doing any interpretation or misinterpretation. I never do it. I don't have that habit. I have a habit of presenting everything as it is. Bhagavad Gita yada tadam. Yada tadam. Bhagavad Gita yada tadam. I present. I have this habit. I always say truth. I always speak truth. I always speak and say only truth. That's why in court, actually in court what happens, they take an oath on Bhagavad Gita. Like Bhagavad Gita మీద ప్రమాణం చేసి అంతా నిజమే చెప్తాను, అబద్ధం చెప్పను. This is what they take oath before giving witness in the court, in the witness box, and keeping a hand on Bhagavad Gita. So everybody in the court says, why to keep a hand on the book called Bhagavad Gita? When we have 5 feet 4 inches Bhagavad Gita in the form of Acharya Bobba Aruna Chaudhary, Aruna Chaudhary Gare, or Bhagavad Gita. Chalta Firta Bhagavad Gita. Lord Shri Krishna himself took birth on this earth as Aruna Chaudhary. Maaku Krishnudu veru, Aruna Chaudhary veru kaadu. So, Aruna Chaudhary గారి తల మీద చేయి పెట్టి ప్రమాణం చేసి ఒట్టేసి చెప్తున్నాము, నిజమే చెప్తాము, అబద్ధం చెప్పము. And in the court they all say like this. Why to take oath on Bhagavad Gita? We keep a hand on the head of Aruna Chaudhary and say we speak truth, we never say lies. This is my image. At the age of 56, this is my success. Thank you. My success is not only my success, it is success of my friends, relatives, well-wishers, brothers, and Tumala Jagadish. Thank you. Thank you.